The current rivalry between Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury feels like something most fans have never witnessed before. Greedy hungry Rem. A lot of clothes come from your side, not mine. The heavyweight category has seen its share of rivalries. As we approach the rematch in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia on December 21st, Usyk pulled off what many regarded as an upset victory in their thrilling first encounter, vining and ducking. In preparation to reclaim what was taken from him, Fury has put on muscle, and Usyk has responded to Tyson's new look, so let's catch up. On December 21st, who said you're unnoticed, come on? Tyson Fury has been in the news lately for looking incredibly large in recent training videos. This isn't your typical pre-fight shape-up, instead, Fury looks like a heavyweight tank ready to steamroll anything in his path. As expected, the response is a little mixed, with some fans and experts discussing whether this new, bulked-up Fury is a brilliant move or a grave error, while others are as composed as ever while watching Fury's. We cannot ignore Fury's transformation, as cool as he is. He has always been able to use his size to lean on opponents and wear them down, but this new look is almost cartoonish, according to some fans, while others say he's bulking up to play an aggressive power-heavy style aiming to physically dominate. Antics like a teacher watching a student try too hard have prompted Usyk to respond calmly, saying, "Yes, he looks huge definitely, but I want him like that at his best because only then will he know I was forever better than him." Usyk, which on paper makes sense, is smaller, and Fury probably believes he can turn this into a brawl rather than a boxing match. I need to be a little bit more focused and a little bit smarter to win because, despite appearances, I always end up knocking people out in rematches. The person I've faced more than once has been knocked out in the rematch, but Fury should know better than anyone else that size isn't everything. Keep in mind that this isn't the first time Fury has faced a smaller opponent. The difference is that Usyk isn't just smaller. I think I was the best I could have been. Perhaps if they had told me to write you down in the final 2 rounds, I probably could have gone out and tried to attack him and try to get him out of there myself, but other than that, I think I did the best I could, good F. In the first fight, Usyk danced circles around Fury, making him look clumsy at times. Adding more weight might make Fury stronger, but it could also make him slower, and that's the kind of mistake Usyk would take advantage of. If the size of Fury doesn't work, it won't just be a tactical error while Fury is making headlines with his new appearance. It will be embarrassing to see him entering the ring looking like a behemoth and still being taught by a smaller man. That is the kind of thing that the internet will never forget. Usyk has maintained his typical cool-headedness. Instead of talking loud or trying to hype himself up, he lets his fists speak for him. In fact, Usyk seems almost too at ease, as though Fury's height doesn't worry him in the least. But is that calmness genuine, or is it a ruse to hide his jitters during one of the best performances? Us too, after witnessing Fury change into a human, I'm going to knock yourself out. Hefty. If there's one thing we know about Usyk, it's that he survives despite Goliath forcing him to reconsider his strategy. He demonstrated this in the first fight, where Fury had the size, strength, and unbeaten record, but Usyk prevailed by knocking Fury down in the 9th round and outboxing him over the course of 12 rounds to win by split decision. Now, he enters the rematch with the assurance of someone who has already figured out the formula. Don't worry, Tyson, I won't abandon you. But this is where things start to get interesting. Fury's mind tricks are well known. Devoted his professional life to trying to understand the minds of his opponents. In a recent joint interview with TNT Sports, Usyk made some amusing gagging noises. The reason for Fury's quieter than usual performance could be that he's trying to show us that he's more focused this time, or it could be that he got into too much and doesn't want to end up saying a lot only to be dropped in the ring and ready for the rematch. I believe he stated, Tyson too, to show how much he despises the monotony of training when I visit the ring where I reside. Fury nodded in agreement, but when Usyk made those comments, Fury remained silent and glanced at the camera as if he was unsure of how to react. Fury joked that I didn't look at him because I was afraid of him. Was it a jest, though, or was Fury attempting to downplay the possibility that Usyk's composed assurance had taken him by surprise? Music, not to be overlooked, is the significance of their first battle, in which Fury entered the contest as the clear favorite. Usyk, the defending WBC champion, was the underdog going up from cruiserweight to face a man who appeared unbeatable. However, Usyk did more than just win, he revealed Fury's weaknesses. He was quicker, sharper, more disciplined, and more ER. The ninth round knockdown was the decisive moment that showed Fury wasn't untouchable. Usyk appears smaller, but you can tell he's getting faster. Throws nice combos too, and I'm not sure who will win yet, but I always say man. Since then, may the best guy prevail. We all ask ourselves the big question, what if Fury loses this fight? A second loss to Usyk would be devastating for Fury's legacy because it would prove that Usyk is not only a better boxer but also a smarter one, which would undermine Fury's claim to be one of the greatest. Fury's reputation has suffered because losing to a smaller man wasn't part of the Gypsy King story. Now, with his massive frame and mysterious quietness, it feels like Fury is desperate to change the narrative. Heavyweights of all time would suffer a severe blow, and the Gypsy King might find it difficult to bounce back. Who knows what we'll see, but before all that can happen, check out what happens on December 21st in the awesome season. You know, we'll see another fantastic card fight, and we'll see how those two guys handle it for me. Generally speaking, I do think that Tyson will prevail in the fight. However, if USYK's legacy were to defeat Fury twice, that would cement him as one of the TYSON all-time greats, particularly considering how much success he's already had in the cruiserweight class. A victory here would demonstrate that Usyk's abilities and knowledge can surpass even the most formidable challenges in a literal sense. As he stated in the interview, I know he's a very smart fighter and recovers very fast, coming from a man who carefully studies his opponents and leaves no stone unturned in his preparations. Even though Usyk maintains his signature calm and focused demeanor, don't let that fool you. Those are powerful statements, and James 5 Usyk knows that Fury is more than just a formidable opponent because of his intelligence and versatility. Usyk's inability to afford even a moment of complacency was demonstrated in their first fight. Alexander Usyk is not a theatrical person. Instead, he keeps his opinions to himself. Measured in his tactics, Usyk functions like a silent storm, in contrast to Tyson Fury, who enjoys engaging fans with his larger-than-life demeanor. Gathering strength in the background, this methodical approach has helped him throughout his career. One day, I will, but I guess every little move and interview is a mental battle, and every little 1% or 0.1% makes a difference, so perhaps it's part of the larger plan. However, I believe Fury should win the rematch, whether it's because of his footwork combinations or his ability to read an opponent mid-fight. Even though Fury won the first fight, Usyk knows that he will probably be a different fighter this time around. Fury is a very intelligent fighter, which is high praise from a man who has seen and defeated some of the best in the sport. He prepares for every fight with an unmatched level of skill. Usyk isn't one to dwell on his prior triumphs. Instead, he studies Fury's movements and tendencies to make sure he has a response for every situation. Hit him, and I was really pounding his head on his body, so you know what happens in every weight boxing match, but Tyson Fury is everything but predictable. The Gypsy King is a showman first and foremost, both inside and outside the ring, and his most recent social media post was legendary. Angry, self-assured, bold, and energetic, he announced that the biggest boxing match of the year would be between Usyk and me, and I'm coming in hot. I'm eager for December 1st, when the titles will be mine once more. There are 4 weeks left until the best fight of the year. Battle of the year, the biggest battle I've ever had in boxing. Despite losing his perfect record and the WBC title, Fury believes he still has what it takes to regain his throne, as seen by his remarks, which go beyond simple marketing. Fury enters this rematch with the mentality of a fighter who knows he can win, not as the underdog. One of Fury's best qualities in his terminology is his versatility. Against Deontay Wilder, he demonstrated his capacity to switch styles, defeated Wilder by outboxing him in their first bout, outlasted him in the second, and this time, we might witness a different approach as a sincere man who tells the truth. And I'm nothing behind any curtains. I'm beating you 1 million per. I've had no doubt even after Fury's first bout with Usyk, in which he relied more on his boxing skills than his bulk and brawn. You can't be me all the time. While it keeps opponents guessing, Fury's ability to reinvent himself is also his greatest strength and greatest weakness. Against a fighter as disciplined as Usyk, even the smallest mistake could be costly. Their first fight was a tactical masterpiece that showcased Usyk's speed, footwork, and precision was on full display. and Fury's defensive prowess and ring IQ made it a hotly contested fight. The outcome was a split decision that could have gone either way. Fury needs to make some adjustments because he would lose the fight again if he didn't, so he needs to make some adjustments to win. He must undoubtedly enter the fight with a focused attitude and be able to throw a lot more punches. The battle of adjustments was what made that fight so captivating. Fury would attempt to control the distance, but Usyk's rapid combinations would be smothered by his size in the clinch. He was able to find openings with his footwork. Fans can anticipate the same degree of intensity in the rematch, but the stakes are even higher because it was a chess match where every move mattered. Fury is aware that he cannot afford to lose again. However, Usyk is battling to demonstrate that his initial triumph was not an anomaly. In addition to retaining the heavyweight crown, the victor of this fight will solidify their place among the greatest of all time. Music. Fury's larger-than-life presence may frighten other opponents, but Usyk's composed manner is a weapon, not simply for show. Usyk is still there. Unaffected, he's only focused on the fight, blocking out the noise and distractions that frequently accompany a fight of this size. This focus is what makes Usyk so dangerous. Instead of using mind games or emotional outbursts to gain an advantage, he lets his skill and preparation speak for him. Even Fury's antics, which frequently make opponents uneasy, have little effect on Usyk. How does GK manage to build those quads? A performance like that against a fighter as strong as Fury says volumes about Usyk's ability to maintain composure. In his first fight, Usyk demonstrated that he could handle Fury's size and reach. He landed clean shots, avoided major damage, and even managed to knock Fury down in the 9th round. While Usyk maintains his composure under pressure, Fury has decided to change things up. His decision to put on weight for the rematch has generated a lot of discussion because, on the one hand, his larger frame may provide him a physical advantage that would enable him to overwhelm Usyk in close quarters. However, ALS may cause him to slow down, making it more difficult to match Usyk's movement and quickness. Fury is obviously confident in his new strategy, but confidence by itself doesn't win battles. He must carry out his plan perfectly to stay out of Usyk's traps. This fight is impossible to forecast with precision if Fury tries to rely only on his height and strength, as he runs the risk of playing right into Usyk's hands. Both fighters have special advantages, and their opposing styles make for an exciting battle. Usyk's discipline, quickness, and ring IQ make him a dangerous opponent, but Fury's size, reach, and versatility give him a major edge. Fury has made it obvious throughout the lead-up to their second fight that he is entering what he refers to as destroyer mode. Recent images indicate that he has been gaining weight in order to give himself the physical presence necessary to beat Usyk. Fury even acknowledged that he was overly cautious and boxed more conservatively the last time, but he is now vowing to adopt a much more aggressive strategy. Fury proclaimed, "I'm going to knock an MF out, not go for a points decision." Music. TNT Sports, but not everyone agrees that this is the best course of action. Speaking on the Discuss Boxing podcast, Mackenzie, the first 3-weight world champion from Britain, gave Fury a sobering warning, saying that his weight gain might prove to be an expensive error. "You should talk about the sport, but Fury doesn't live it," Mackenzie added, pointing to Fury's a habit of gaining and losing a lot of weight in between battles due to his propensity to become inflated when he has free time. Fury frequently spends in addition to being ready for his opponent, his training camps help him lose extra weight. Who wins the Isla Fury rematch? Mackenzie claims that although Usyk is a very skilled boxer and wants Fury to win, he is also a very astute fighter. A habit of gaining and losing a lot of weight in between battles due to his propensity to become inflated when he has free time. Fury frequently spends in addition to being ready for his opponent, his training camps help him lose extra weight. Who wins the Isla Fury rematch? Mackenzie claims that although Usyk is a very skilled boxer and wants Fury to win, he is also a very astute fighter. Used throughout their initial encounter. For that fight, Fury weight was much lighter than his career highest weight of 19.8 pounds during his crossover matchup with Francis Ngannou. However, USYK is also fantastic, and you know what I mean. As it stands, that's why, as a boxing fan, if you're not from this country or aren't really back in Fury, it's a fight that's a null-assay situation for you because USYK is such a nice fella even though he claimed to be in the best shape of his life for the Usyk fight. Fury later acknowledged that wasn't the version of. He even shared side-by-side photos on Instagram comparing his body from the USYK fight to his second battle with Deontay Wilder, where he weighed 11 pounds and overpowered Wilder with unrelenting ferocity. This is what true Gypsy King fans are used to seeing. In reference to the devastating unstoppable force he intends to channel against USYK, Fury captioned the picture of his larger frame from the Wilder rematch. "It was actually much easier than I had anticipated. Would be the UT fight much simpler? People say, oh, he's a hard man to hit, but I was laughing at him and lighting him up 3 out of 4 bunch combinations. My problem in that fight was probably having too much fun, and it was probably too easy at times, but Mackenzie doesn't believe it. USYK will only benefit from Fury's strategy of coming in heavier if he gains more weight and decides, I'm going to bully USYK this time. I'm going to go in and walk him down. I'll be able to take his shots because I'm that much bigger." Mackenzie made the case in his. Considering that the additional weight will slow Fury down, make him more predictable, and expose him to USYK's accurate and quick counters, it is likely that he will be hit more frequently and much sooner. We asked Fabio about the psychology of rematches, and he said that he is certain that USYK will win because he believes that Fury's decision to bulk up was a tactical error, especially against an opponent. Mackenzie predicted that he could simply flip a switch and turn that on completely. Who profits from taking advantage of defects all day? USYK prevails in the rematch. I fail to understand how Tyson Fury could defeat him. He's not going to knock USYK out, Mackenzie stated emphatically. He also emphasized USYK's nearly flawless record and lack of obvious weaknesses, saying that since he is undefeated, you must look for weaknesses in his armor. Does he have a bad engine? Does he get cut? Does he go down? Does he have to get up off the floor to win fights? USYK is not required to perform any of them. He's never displayed signs of weakness. His success has mostly been attributed to his discipline and consistency. USYK is not only a technical mastermind but also one of the most resilient and mentally tough fighters in the sport. Fury, on the other hand, has made a career out of defying expectations and shocking the world with his ability to stay calm, avoid needless risks, and execute his game plan with precision. When he outboxed the globe, one of Fury's defining characteristics is his confidence in his ability to adapt and overcome, but Mackenzie's worries about Fury's preparation and strategy highlight the potential dangers of relying too heavily on size and power against a fighter as skilled as USYK. Fury came back from the verge of retirement to dominate Deontay Wilder and repeatedly proved his doubters wrong. What is evident is that neither fighter would undervalue the other as the fight approaches. Fans are anticipating how Fury's new strategy will stack up against USYK's cool-headed and strategic style. Fury is aware that USYK is a tactical genius who can take advantage of any weakness, and USYK is aware of Fury's capacity to alter his strategy and bounce back fast. What do you think? Will USYK's skill and attention be too much to handle again? Or will Fury's bulked-up body give him the edge he needs? Please leave your comments below, and remember to like. Additionally, for more, subscribe to the channel.